What's going on, Wolves? Welcome back to another Wake Up the Wolf podcast. It is your host, Cole Silva, and today we're going to be talking about not compromising on your goals. Stop compromising on your goals. You see, a lot of you guys have this problem. A lot of you guys have a problem where you will set out to achieve something, and then on the journey to achieve said thing, you compromise with yourself because you aren't willing to go through the suck. You aren't willing to deal with the journey itself, with the setbacks, the roadblocks, the problems that you are going to face on the journey itself. So you compromise. So you set out to get there, but you stop here because you're like, well, I got a little farther than I thought I was going to. I was able to walk halfway there. That's pretty good. Does this sound familiar? Because a lot of you guys do this on a daily basis. A lot of you guys do this in your fitness journeys, in your business practices, in your relationships. You guys say you want something, but then you realize it's a lot fucking harder to achieve said thing than you thought it was going to be. So you quit on the way to achieving it. Let's talk about my tattoo for a minute. First and foremost, because I would love to share it with you guys. And number two, because it kind of has something to do with this. You see, I just got an entire leg sleeve, i.e. knee to hip, all right, all the way around. We're talking about inner and outer thigh, thigh, and hamstring from knee to hip. And it is in the Dragon Ball Z theme. I wish I could show you guys right now, but for two reasons. Number one, I have second skin on. And number two, I feel like if I pulled up my pant leg and I showed the live stream in the camera, I'd probably get reported because people like reporting me and I don't want to get banned on Instagram live stream, but that's besides the point. Stay tuned for a post on my Instagram. But the characters are as follows. We have Vegeta on my quad. We have Frieza on my outer quad sweep, the outside. All right. We have Beerus on my inner thigh. And then we have Kid Goku on the back of my leg. And they are super detailed and they are super dope. We put a bunch of very subtle details and cool points in each individual tattoo. The tattoo artist's name is Drawworking Andre out of Vancouver. If you guys go check him out on Instagram, make sure you hit him with a follow. He's probably the best artist that I've ever had work on me. And I'm super, super happy with the tattoos. But you see, it has been a goal of mine to get these characters tattooed on my body for a very long time because I loved the show Dragon Ball Z as a kid. My right leg is Lion King from hip all the way to ankle. And I got that because of how Lion King helped my childhood when I was a kid. You see, I didn't have a comfort object or anything when I was a child, and I had colic, so a lot of my family couldn't deal with me crying. So what they do, they sat me in front of a TV with 2 or 3 VCRs. For all you fucking young heads, that is a very old machine. All right, VCRs with 3 VHS tapes playing in unison over and over and over again all fucking day. So that's why Lion King is something sentimental to me. And so is Dragon Ball Z. So I wanted to get this tattooed on my body for a very long time. So when I contacted Andre, we first initially talked about doing 2, maybe 3 days back to back. When I got there, he's like, Cole, I'm going to be real with you, dude. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do all characters in 3 days as detailed as we would like to do them. I might need a 4th day. Are you okay with that? Or would you like to come back in the future? I'm like, bro, fuck it. Let's just do it. Like, let's just do a 4th day. Now, keep in mind, guys, getting tattooed sucks ass. Okay. If you've never been tattooed before, you have no idea what the pain is like. And you don't know pain threshold until you've had the top of your inner thigh tattooed right beside your hoo-ha or penis. Yes, I wanted to make sure I said that specifically. Or if you've ever had somebody lift up your butt and tattoo right below your butt cheek. Those 2 places are the most excruciatingly painful places in the entire world. And you see, I could have stopped after day 2 and been like, you know what, dog, we've already done 20 hours straight of tattooing. This is extremely painful. Let's just let these heal, come back, and we'll crank out the rest on another date. I could have stopped on day 3 after 30 hours of tattooing straight, day after day after day. I mean, like, you know what, dog, my body's extremely exhausted. All right. My leg's swelling up like a fucking balloon and is literally double the size of my right leg right now. I'll come back in the future and I'll do the back of the leg. But fuck that. I had a goal in mind. I wanted to fill that entire wrap on my leg for the Dragon Ball Z sleeve. All right. I wanted to get it all done because it's been a goal in my mind forever. Now, again, could I have compromised and been okay with having the front and the side done? Yes. Could I have compromised and been okay with having the front, the side, and the inner thigh done? Yes. Actually, most people do this due to the fact that they don't want to do massive sessions all in one go. But I chose to make it happen anyways. Now, let me walk you guys through it because I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm very open with this shit. When I first got there for the tattoo, I was like, I know that this is going to be extremely painful. And I know that I'm going to be on the table for the next 40 hours. So what can I do? So I made sure I had snacks. I made sure I had water. I made sure I had energy drinks. And I went and picked up a numbing cream from Shoppers. Now, I put the numbing cream on for the first day on my quad. We tattooed for 9 hours. The numbing cream lasted around 6 hours, I would say. So you still feel it after he pierces through with the line needle and digs deep into your skin, but it's a little bit more bearable. On the outer thigh, we tattooed for 10 hours, around there, maybe a little bit less, like 9.5 to 10 hours. And the numbing cream lasted for around seven. But if you guys have ever had your thigh or outer thigh tattooed, it's actually not super bad. All right. I didn't use numbing cream for the right leg in multiple different areas, and it's actually not as bad. Then we started with the inner thigh. The numbing cream lasted an hour, and we tattooed for 10 hours. So for the remaining 9, I was biting the pillow, all right, that I had on me, and I was gripping my body as hard as I possibly fucking could and sweating like a fire hose. When I stood up at the end of the session, the entire bed was soaked. And I was laughing my ass off because I was in my boxers, all right, legs spread like I was about to give birth, all right, holding up my guy to the side, and he's just drilling ink all the way up into my crotch. Black, all right, real black ink for the top of the 2 tattoos. Then for the back, put numbing cream on. It lasted an hour out of 10 hours. So again, from the back of the knee all the way up to underneath my butt cheek, I'm biting the pillow, holding on as hard as I possibly can, veins popping out, sweating like crazy, going through the pain, choosing to keep it going and choosing to finish the project because I would rather go through the pain and deal with the shit afterwards than compromise on the goal that I have in my mind. I wanted to share that with you guys because, again, you guys need to learn how to go through the pain, go through the trauma, go through the emotions, go through the roadblocks in order to get to the actual fucking goal you set and stop compromising on the stuff that you say you want to achieve. It's not okay. All right? Starting a cut for summer and then stopping your cut 10 weeks in, 8 weeks in, 6 weeks in because you look good enough before summer is compromising. You are choosing to quit because you don't have the fucking mindset and resilience to see it through. And that's why you are consistently not living up to your potential and achieving your goals. I just shared the tattoo experience for you because it's a very simple example for me to give you guys. Most people do large sessions like my entire right leg or my left thigh or my left calf in 3, 4, 5 sessions. My entire right leg was done in 3 sessions. My entire left quad sweep from knee to hip all the way around was done in 4 days. My calf was done in 2 days. Back to back. I'm not coming back months later trying to get shit done. I want it done now. And I'm going to go through the pain and I'm going to deal with the fucking trauma that my body's going to go through. And I'm going to exhaust myself to get the shit done. And I want to share this with you guys because I feel like a lot of you guys need to become more like that. Because a lot of you are unhappy with your body. A lot of you are unhappy with your business. A lot of you guys are unhappy with your paychecks. A lot of you guys are unhappy in your relationships. But then you set a goal and you fucking compromise with the bitch voice in the back of your mind that tells you you've done enough when you haven't. That tells you you can quit because you just did a little bit more than you did yesterday. And that's not the case. You guys have so much more you can give on a daily basis. You guys would be fucking shocked at how much more you could push if you just got out of your head and made it happen. How much more pain you could withstand if you just chose to go through it and not run from it. Stop compromising on the goals that you have set for yourself. What do you want out of life? Do me a favor, unless you're driving, listen to this on the audio only replay, close your eyes for a second. What do you want out of life? Picture the body that you actually want versus the one you have now. Picture the relationship you want versus the one you have now. Picture the job you have, business you have, the amount of money you have versus what you have now. And then ask yourself, how long have you had those goals? Keep visualizing. Keep your eyes closed. If you've had these goals for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, why haven't you made them happen yet? Why are they still a struggle for you? I'm willing to bet it's because you don't want to go through the suck that it takes to achieve them. So you do a little bit, and then due to your friends and your family and society and the bitch voice in your own mind, you quit. Not when it gets hard, even. Just when you decide to, instead of stopping when you're done. And that's the mindset. It's not about doing enough to be good enough. It's not about doing enough to appease other people. It's not about just pushing 1% more than yesterday. It's about doing what you need to until it's done, until the goal is achieved. When I was an iron worker, we didn't just stop working when we felt like it. We didn't just stop showing up to the fucking base and building the building because we felt like it. We only left when the building was 100% completed, when the steel was stood, hammered down, tightened properly, leveled, when the cladding was installed and secured, when the roofing was installed and secured, when the trim was installed and cleaned up, and then proofed for water. I didn't just show up, stand the steel, and then leave. I didn't show up, clad half the building, and then leave before the cladding was all up. Siding, by the way. I didn't show up, roof half the building, and then leave. We did it all. We didn't compromise on the goal at hand. And now a lot of you guys might be like, yeah, well, Cole, that's your job. You had to do that. Think about your goals as your fucking job. If you guys just did that, if you started looking at your relationship goals, your mindset goals, your business goals, your physique goals, like you had to, there was no choice, all of you would be more successful right now. If you looked at what you wanted to achieve in life as a have to instead of get to, a lot of you guys would actually be successful, because most people want to flip that mindset to you. They want to make you look at life more positively. So they're like, you don't have to go to the gym. You get to. You don't have to do this. You get to. And I do understand that mindset. And I love how they're trying to be positive. But a lot of you guys are unsuccessful, not in shape, and not in a good relationship, because you look at everything like I get to or I can choose to instead of I have to. And because you don't have the mindset of I have to, you've stayed in the same place for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 decades. That is the reality. You want to know why entrepreneurs will go into a business area, blow up, and see immense success very quickly? Not all of them, but a handful, is because they backed themselves into a corner and they said, if I don't do this, I starve. So they make it happen. You want to know why there's a big difference between some fitness competitors, some that just go into fitness, and then some that look fucking insane within a couple years? Is because they back themselves into a corner and they say, this is it. I have to fucking do this. When the other ones are being like, well, I get to do this. I can show up when I want to. Stop compromising on the shit that you say you want to achieve, or you will remain the same person you are right now for the next 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, or the rest of your life. And if you're okay with that, by all means, fuck off. Go do your thing. If you're okay with being the same person you are now, mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially, then cool. That's awesome. This podcast, these videos, my page is not for you. But if you are sick of staying in the exact same place you are now, it's time to make a choice to stop compromising on the stuff that you say you want to achieve and go make it happen. Make the choice to do what is necessary to achieve your dreams and stop wasting time. Stop sitting still, or eventually you'll wake up and your entire life will be gone. You don't believe me? Just go look at the calendar right now. It's August. Daniel, we are 8 months into the year already. Really? That's insane.
Yeah, that is actually wild.
It's fucking mental, dude. 2024 is almost over.
Yeah.
We just fucking started.
That is wild.
Fucking, it makes no sense to me. I looked at the calendar yesterday, guys. 2024 is 5 months away from being over, and we're in 2025 already. The vid, one of your guys' main excuses, happened 4 years ago. Stop bitching, whining, and compromising, or you will remain the same forever. Share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Subscribe to the fucking podcast. We out. Peace.